We have our last video for the Unit 10 review. This starts and finishes at question 18. So question 18 says that we have decided to organize our collection of antique books. So we're organizing it here. We have 5 books with blue covers, 6 with green covers. So we have 5 blue and we have 6 green. I'm just going to write that down to remind myself. Now we have to calculate the number of ways that these can be arranged if we group the blue covers together and the green covers together. So we've done a problem like this together in the notes where we're grouping things together. So let's go ahead and see what would happen if we put all the blue covers together and then all the green covers together. So I know that these 5 are blue and these 6 are green. If I want to do this, I have to arrange these blue books. The first one I choose has to be blue, and I have 5 options. Then I have 4 options left. Then I have 3 options left. So we can see that this is actually 5 factorial to arrange these blue books all together. And here, because we have 6 books to arrange, we have 6 factorial options. That's a 5. We have 6 factorial options to arrange these green books as well. Because these things are happening at the same time, we're going to use the fundamental counting principle and multiply them together. So if I want to arrange these with the blue books first, then the green books, I have to do 5 factorial times 6 factorial. But I have 2 different options for arranging the books. I can do blue first, or I can do green first. So because I have 2 different options for arranging the books, I have to use the fundamental counting principle to take this total number of organizational patterns and multiply it by my 2 options. Or I could see that I can do my green first and my blue, and then have 5 factorial, 6 factorial, and add them together. But multiplying it by 2 follows the pattern of using that fundamental counting principle, so I think it makes more sense to just go ahead and do that. It also makes me only do this math once, and then I can just put times 2 in my calculator. So let's go ahead and type that into the calculator. We have 5 factorial times 6 factorial. And the answer to that is going to be multiplied by 2. So our final answer is 172,800 options for organizing these 9 books on a shelf with the colored covers grouped together. So that was question 1 from part 18. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the second part of this question, which says that we want to go ahead and arrange these books, but this time we want to put 1 green book at the end of each shelf. So for part 2 here, I want to make sure that I have 1 green book at the end of each shelf. I know that I have 11 books altogether, 5 and 6. So we have 11 books, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And in this case, I want to put 1 green book at the end of each shelf. So this one has to be green, and this one has to be green. Let's see what that does to our options. I know I have 6 green books altogether. So for this choice to put a green book at this end, I do have 6 options. For this one, I've already chosen one of my green books. I actually only have 5 options at this point. So in the middle here, I have 9 more books that I have to arrange to fill up this space. I only have 9 books left after I choose 2 of them, which means I'm going to be doing 9, arrange 9, which is the same thing as 9 factorial. So 9 factorial is what we're doing here, because we're taking all 9 of our remaining options and just arranging them in order. So I have 9 options for the first book, 8 options for the second book, 7 options for the third book, etc., etc. So I end up with 9 factorial. So all I have to do is 9 factorial times our 6 times our 5, and we get all of the, I'm sorry, my video is going wonky here. And we get all of the total options for arranging these books on our shelves. So we're going to do 9 factorial in our calculator. We're going to multiply that by 6 and by 5. And our final option, number of options here is actually going to be, very big number, 10,886,400. All right, so we have one more part to this problem. The next part is saying that we want to arrange these with the colors of our books alternated. So we've done examples like this in class as well. So if we're going to alternate these covers, it might be a good idea to sketch this out. Remember, when you're alternating things, if you have more of one kind of thing than the other, then that's the one you're going to want to start with. So I have more green books than blue, so the green ones are the ones I want to start with. Otherwise, I'm going to have extras left over and I'm just going to have it move to the front anyway. So I'm going to start with a green book. And we're going to alternate green, blue, and we're going to do that until we get all the way to the end and we've got all 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green books. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue in the middle. So you see, starting with the green was perfect. Now, we have our alternated covers here, so let's figure out what our options are for each color. The first one has to be green, and we have 6 different options to put a green book first. The next book has to be blue, and we only have 5 options to put a blue book there. Now, we've already chosen one of our green books, so we only have 5 options left for the next green. We've chosen one of our blue, we only have 4 options left for the blue, and this pattern continues. You'll see that you have 4 options left here, 3 and then 3, 2 and then 2, and 1 and then 1. This is going to be a common theme when we're alternating things. And what you're going to find with this theme is that if you follow just the green books here, green here, here, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is actually 6 factorial for the green books because they do have to be put down in order. And for the blue books, here I have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is actually 5 factorial, and I'm multiplying those 2 factorials together. So we can actually just put 6 factorial into our calculator and multiply it by 5 factorial, and we're going to get our final answer here. And that's going to be a common theme with alternating. So if that's something you can just recall, then when you see that the colors of the books are alternated, you know that you're just going to have the factorial of each number of books in your final answer. When I type it in the calculator, I get 86,400 for my final answer for part C for question 18. And that concludes the review. Please let me know in class if you have any additional questions.